everybody. I'd like to welcome you again for another episode. This is our Real Estate Deals. I'm Jems and I will be your host for today. Now, guys, this program is created mainly to inspire, share, and impact. Inspire aspiring individuals to venture wholesaling, share experiences, and impart knowledge and power to those individual or young investor who would like to take the shot and who's willing to take the risk in wholesaling. And as for now, our guest for today, we have here someone who loved helping and someone who would tell us nothing is impossible. So everybody, let us welcome Alex Ferro. Hi, Alex. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing well. Can't
All right.
can't complain. A busy day.
Right, awesome. So Alex, before anything else, can you introduce yourself to us and give a little bit background about who you are, where you come from?
Yeah, so I'm Alex. Hey guys. Um I've been a broker for the past 15 years of my life. So I've been doing mortgages and I've been in the real estate field uh mostly 15 to 20 years. I first started off working with the servicing company, dealing with their loss mitigation, meaning dealing with the people that were delinquent on their mortgages and had a lot of properties when in 2008, 2009 area timeline hit. So I learned a lot about how many the issues people had in the past dues and the stories and how to help people out, which led me on to being as a wholesaler now. But I've been in the banking industry for 15 or so years. Now, for the past 2 years, I've been wholesaling, and it's been all nationwide, really. I started off all virtually. My first deal happened in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was in Chicago. I've done several deals out in Chicago, and I'm actually right now in North Carolina on a property that I'm rehabbing and flipping. And I got a couple other properties that were brought to me through wholesaling perspectives via seller financing.
Oh, I see. So I believe you own your own company. It's called Ferro Home Buyers. Am I right?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you like full time now on wholesaling, or are you doing banking and wholesaling simultaneously?
No, I'm full-time wholesaling, full-time as an
Awesome.
investor. Wholesaling is an exit to me. It's a strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I look at every deal that I come across and see if I can take it on. I do have some partners that I
Mm-hmm.
can move forward with now. Uh, but wholesaling sure is my bread and butter. What brings in a lot of cash to be able to build out all acquisitions. But it's not my first target. In other words, as a wholesaler, and when I do wholesale, I personally don't like wholesaling. I like buying and holding stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Now let's try to go back in time when you had your first deal. You've mentioned that you've been in the banking industry for about 15 years, 20 years, right? So,
Correct.
when you had your first deal, were you employed back then, or did you jump right away to wholesaling and had that deal?
No, I wasn't employed. I actually had just relocated to Chicago from New Hampshire, and I moved out there, and I just said I'm gonna start my own business, start my thing, get do my wholesaling side. I wanted to start off in wholesaling to bring in some money. Um, and so I didn't have a full-time job. I full-time focused on wholesaling. I started off by text messaging. And that first deal, and we'll get into details, I'm sure, happened in Memphis, Tennessee. Well, all virtually. I actually never even spoke with the seller over the phone. It was all via text message.
Mm. Oh, I see. So, you weren't, you haven't spoken to the seller like face to face, but you've mentioned that you've done it virtually. How was your relationship to the seller? How were you able to let them say yes?
Honestly, I just sent him a text message. I sent a
Oh.
text message. I sent a text message to. I got his information because I believe, if I recall right, he had some delinquent taxes on it, or maybe it was a violation of grass, or I don't recall exactly the exact reason of it, but or how I got the lead. However, I sent him a text message asking if he'd be interested in selling the property, and then he responded, and it was all via text. He didn't want to talk over the phone. I don't know why. Maybe he was hearing impaired or something, or maybe he just wanted to deal over text. And I just negotiated with him regarding well. the price. I went at a low number. I mean, I didn't make a lot of money on it, but I made something, and it was the first deal to show proof of concept for me.
Oh, I see. I guess being in banking industry does help you a lot in getting that deal as well. And let's talk about the title company. Where did you find your title company, and were they easy to work with?
Extremely. Title companies are very easy to work with especially once you build a relationship with them. My first title company, I got the list of title companies that were in Memphis and around the area of the house.
Mhm.
Uh, I got a list and I just started calling them. And I got a title company that worked with wholesalers, worked with the process. I think it took me probably about 6 or 7 calls,
Mhm.
and I got the right title company.
Oh,
And
awesome.
I built a relationship with them, and I've closed a couple deals from Memphis, and
Mhm.
I've used the same title company. They actually give me better pricing now.
Oh, I see. So how long did you like close that deal from like acquisition to this position?
So I got that deal under contract. Uh, and really, this was just the luck of the draw. It happened within 3 days from when I started sending text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And I started everything. In other words, I spent a little bit of time gathering the information, and I remember going to Memphis, Tennessee, because I had a connection to a hedge fund buyer. And in Memphis, Tennessee, was growing. This was back in kind of 2020, uh, or actually yeah, 2021. In February 2021. I That's essentially when I started, and I got a list of about 10,000 people that were high equity, high non-owner occupied in Memphis, Tennessee, and I just started sending text messages to them. I think I went through a total of about 500 phone numbers first before I got to this gentleman, and and then the deal happened. And it happened within 4 days. I got it under contract, and it sold and closed within I think 25 days.
That's quite short, actually. You're very lucky with your first deal. And I'm just curious though, like how much was your first check with that deal?
That one was so I split that because I did a JV deal with someone. I
Mhm.
found my buyer by JVing with someone in Tennessee, and if I it was $2,600 was my portion.
Oh, oh, I see. So, like, how long have you been wholesaling? You've mentioned like 2 years, right? Was it 2 years?
2 years,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, like, what was like the biggest amount you've made in wholesaling?
So far the highest assignment fee I've had has been 15,000.
Awesome. Now, when you had your first deal closed, I understand you were alone that time. You haven't have a team back then. Is that correct?
Correct. I did everything myself, and to this day, I mean, I do have a VA that works for me,
Mm-hmm.
but I do mostly everything myself. I
Mm-hmm.
focus a lot on online marketing and getting SEO leads and getting in that and leads now more than actually calling out lists and doing text messaging and because they changed the laws a lot with the text messages as well. But
Mm-hmm.
most of my leads now are coming in through SEO, through my website, ferrohomebuyers.com.
Okay, I see. Now, what type of trainings or seminar do you have, or who were your, mentor, at that time during those times?
Well, can't say I had really a mentor aside from I have a good friend that's an investor and he's become a partner now in a couple deals. Uh, so he wasn't focused on wholesaling. He was an investor himself, so a buyer. But he would very good in business and just give me direction on certain things. But I didn't have a set mentor for wholesaling. And when it came to wholesaling, aside from your YouTube university and going online and looking at and things and researching, uh, I haven't had someone particular to mentor me on the wholesaling side.
So, um, you've mentioned that you're with a team right now, you have your VAs right now. So, do you have any advice for those who wanted to have their own company as well, who wanted to build their own team? Can you give them like the pros and cons before, building up their own team?
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing I would say is don't be afraid to dial and talk to someone and give an offer. You got to put yourself in the mindset that you have the money, you're the one with the funds, you're the
Mm-hmm.
one that's buying the property. So don't be afraid of getting in there and really giving in an offer that has to make sense for you. Uh, Also be very organized and diligent and target a certain area. If you're starting off, think about one target, one area. Don't try to jump around the whole country. Don't try to just find different Zillow leads at the first sale by owner. No, focus in one location, one city, one location. Get a list of 10,000 owners and sit there and call them. You'll guarantee you'll get a deal. You'll get a deal that way. And yeah, you might have to spend a little bit of money getting skip tracing and finding the information. I mean, you can do it manually, but it's going to take forever. Uh, but you'll end up getting the deal if you focus on there. Now, if you're building and you've had already some deals closed, make sure you have your leads organized. Make sure the follow up is key because follow up is the most important thing that really happens. And building that relationship with the seller has made me successful in a lot of transactions because I've been either following up or is very courteous and just you got to it's not about just the numbers, especially when you're getting leads uh that people are going online and searching for through like SEO. If you're reaching out to someone and it's a cold call, you really want to nurture them and build that reputation with them, that they respect you and trust you. So, and be organized. Make sure you have your follow up game in play. Use the systems that are necessary to um to keep it organized because when you have 10,000 leads or prospects, uh, out of those 10,000 prospects, you might have 500 leads. That means people that might be interested. How are you going to keep it organized? You got to keep them organized. Call them this day. Let's call them again the next day or the following in 3 weeks or whatever the case is. That's what's going to make it successful. It's just running a business. Wholesaling is running a marketing business.
Okay, I really like it. First you wanted them to like focus on one place at a time or one step at a time. Then follow up is key. The next thing is be organized. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that, Alex. Thank you so much. You've been very helpful, and we thank you so much for your time. If anyone wanted to reach you at, where can they reach you? Your email, your Facebook page, or your website.
Well, my website's ferrohomebuyers.com. On Instagram, I'm Ferro underscore real estate. I'm
Mm-hmm.
more active on Instagram and TikTok. I'm trying to get into the social media game and social game. It's a
Yeah.
lot of work to get that and to be posting and editing and everything like that. But you can reach me at Ferro underscore real estate or Ferro home buyers, whichever system. It's one of those hashtags. They're not
Okay.
hashtags, whatever they're called, handles.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. So, as to what my mentor usually says, Alex, you are a wholesale astronaut, someone who does not only aim for the star, but someone who would always land on the moon. And I wish you all good luck in your future endeavors. And everyone, to those who wanted to reach out to Alex, his bio will be posted on the link below or on the description below. Also, everyone, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell down below. To those who wanted to help us and donate or request content, information will also be posted. Thank you again, everyone. And again, this is Gems telling you have a real tastic day. Bye bye.